The path for you to be good at this is there, but that's only if you're willing to put in the work to create a system that can be back tested and repeated. Look at this, it's so perfect, you literally cannot make it up. Look how precise this is. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Wow, would you look at that? Ain't that something? Any time frame, any ticker, it does not matter. The market is just one big, beautiful Mando model. That's all. All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Morning, Ivan. Armius, welcome. We got some sirens. Can't really see them on this side, but good morning. I'm really ticked off. I just made a nice little countdown bar, so everybody knows when I'm popping in here, and it's just literally not loading right now. So it's all right. I'll get it fixed, but that's what took me a little longer to get on here today. But anyways, as always, first, if you have any names that you want to take a look at towards the end when we do quick draw, just drop them over in the comments and we will get to them at some point. That's first. Second, please like the stream on X or on YouTube. Appreciate that. I don't know what it does and if it helps get it out there more or not, but if it does, that would be cool. So feel free to press to like, share it, and I think comments also, whether it's a large scale comment or just a brief one. But anyways, so let's get into it. I just saw a little GameStop pump, and that was one that we've been talking about for a little bit. I've been in and out of that one for a while now. So let's share screen and let's get going here. Let's see here, and I need to pull this over. Where are we? Here we go. All right, but first let's do an overview, and then we'll get into individual names. All right, here we go. Now I'm gonna mess with this just a little bit and see if it makes it any better visually, because I know the people on YouTube it gets a little tight but on X it's a little bit more clear for whatever reason. But anyways, all right, same story. NASDAQ weekly bullish imbalance that we formed last week down there at 20,335. Okay, to me that's a very I think that's where we ultimately go, but we'll get into that. Now I'm going to break it down into a smaller time frame, a little sooner than usual today, and I'll explain why. So inside this overarching bearish price run, right? Look, if we go out farther, right, nobody is going to disagree that we've been in a bullish trend for quite some time now, specifically even since the beginning of July. Okay, we did get that discount retracement into a bullish imbalance on NASDAQ, but here's the one thing that throws everything off for me, and I'm about to split these in two. So ready? Let me shut that down, and let's go over to SPY. Let's bring SPY up here too, because I want to show you guys the divergence between the two and why that's important in my opinion. So here is your price run on SPY. There's your price run on NASDAQ. One thing that you notice that's different between the two is that SPY has not yet gotten that discount retracement, which isn't for quite some time, believe it or not. Okay. And that first imbalance down there in discount is at 5,606. Okay. Why is that relevant? Let's come back over to the weekly here. And if we pull up the S&P 5,606, let's zoom in here. Where is our most recent weekly bullish fair value gap? Okay, not this, here. That would bring us right into it. So I'm thinking potentially at some point this week, if it's not today, maybe a Wednesday reversal where you get that pull down. Preferably for me, I would like us to fade today and just get down into discount, and then from there we can look towards those all-time highs again. I think that would be healthy and logical at the same time. But again, that weekly imbalance right here lines up with discount of the range. So whether it be a low wick and pull back right back inside this weekly imbalance and ultimately make our way higher, that would be fine with me as well. But the key here is just the divergence that after those all-time highs that both had taken, both NASDAQ and SPY, you'll notice that on that retracement lower, NASDAQ got into discount but has yet to take that all-time high yet again, while ES or SPY has twice. Okay, so SPY much stronger than ES at the moment. I'm just thinking to myself, now we have this bearish imbalance right here. This would be kind of the last line of defense for bears, in my opinion, here at least. And if that does not hold up, then I think 20,797 gets tagged again for a 3 drives higher pattern. And from there, I do think that we can actually start to move down a little bit. And that would actually bring us down towards, where are we? Okay. This is an hourly bullish breaker at 20,273. Pull up where that lines up with on our weekly time frame here. And there it is. Okay. So that lines you up with NASDAQ's weekly. Okay. So a couple things lining up. Just, again, I'm not one to jump the gun here and try and, outsmart the market. I'm not smarter than a computer algorithm, so I'm not going to pretend to be, but just trying to anticipate some possibilities of what we can see as we move on today. So that is just my overall idea as to what we could possibly see for today. Now, let me just come over into the comments and see. Is everybody good on that? You guys see it? Okay. So again, if you have individual names that you want to take a look at, feel free to drop them in the sidebar. We'll get into them in a second. I have a few names that I want to go over. One specifically being GME, because everybody in the live trading can attest to this. That's been one that's been high on my radar here. So, all right, let's pull this up. Where are we? Okay, let's do some quick. All right, so right now you should be able to, and yes, you can. You should see this is the board that I tend to look at when I'm looking at individual names throughout the day. Now, these were the names that we were focused on yesterday, of course, and one that we've been on for months and months and months for a long-term swing has been Mara, and that has been fantastic. That dates all the way back to your monthly bullish imbalance right here at $14. We're now $10 plus, and I still have high hopes for this. Now, after the run that we made yesterday, we did sweep liquidity. A slight retracement would make sense, but ultimately, I want to see 34.09 on this one, and that was obviously awesome. Now, Affirm and Upstart were two that we talked about on Saturday in the live stream, but also tweeted about them this weekend, and those also went ballistic yesterday. So, when you get moves like that to occur, from a longer term perspective, it's very nice because you're getting paid. You're not doing anything. You're not even focused on any smaller time frame trading or anything like that. So, but one that I've been talking about for the last week or so in here as well, but has been GameStop. Now, here's the thing about GameStop. So let's pull it up on a weekly time frame. So first off, look how beautifully this held that discount bullish volume imbalance here. Okay, this is on the weekly time frame. Beautiful. Okay, now let's move over to the daily, and you'll see next up the one imbalance that we had. We had one imbalance in price, and we just cleared it this morning. Okay, right over that 27.41. Okay, you have an imbalance here that has been filled up to this point, so I don't really anticipate this causing too much trouble as we continue on. But lastly, here is GME on the hourly time frame. Let me just clean this up. There it is. Okay. So you're going to notice here that until we see buy side liquidity up here at $30.85, let's zoom in. Okay. You really are not working with any imbalance here, right? If there are any imbalances, they're on something smaller than an hourly time frame, and I'm not giving those all that much credit. So here it is, making an imbalance through this previous imbalance. Over the next 44 minutes, I want something like this to form. There it is. And ultimately, I'm going to be looking towards that 30.85 sweep. And from there, we'll see what happens. Let's see if we get the expansion through that 30.85, or if we take liquidity and slowly start to retrace a little bit. But GME still has been pretty awesome. So that is GameStop as well. So let's go. We'll go into a few here. UPS we'll do first. Okay, let's do UPS. So here it is. All right, nice candle here to start off the week on UPS. Now here is, this is really nice setup here. Low to your high, you got your discount retracement, you got your bullish imbalance right here. Okay, you're gonna notice that I don't know if you can see this, but it's a little alert bar thing. This is for myself. Now look, it doesn't necessarily have to get into this. Not necessarily, but to me, this seemed like the best location for me to get it. Okay, this is a bullish breaker, low, high, lower, low, break up and through. We would anticipate that acting as a support. And oftentimes when those breakers form, it will offer you some insight as to a shift in structure from that point. So, which we obviously got. So let me just take a look here and just make sure, did we sweep? We swept liquidity here. This does not necessarily have to come down here. Okay. Usually when I look over the weekend and I see a bunch of names that look good, I'll put, pretty specific targets. That way, if one or two hit, and usually they're right. So, but this one, not quite where I wanted it, but that's okay. You get a continuation move above 163.82. This is on a monthly perspective. This could take time, but a move over that, and that's really, really encouraging for a run back towards those highs. So let's go to a smaller time frame here and look at UPS. Okay, very similarly, here's your weekly. In the process of creating a weekly bullish imbalance right here with a gap higher or volume imbalance. Okay, one thing to note is that we are working on a bearish imbalance right here. This is a bearish fair value gap right here. This could take a little time to get up and through. So, just based on my model and the way that my model works, and you're going to see it here on even a smaller time frame. Where are we? UPS. Okay. So even on a smaller time frame, we've taken out these highs right here. 1, 2. Okay. So for me, even if I were to try something like this, I would prefer it to give me some sort of retracement into a discount imbalance for me to look for an opportunity, right? This is already run from 130. This is up $11 in 4 days. This is most definitely not for me. I don't play the chase or the breakouts because I know price often likes to come back down to 50% of the price range. So so while this one on a big scale looks fantastic, just not really for me at the moment due to the fact that we've already run $10 in the last 4 days. So retracements 139.50 is 50% of that most recent price run. That would be a swell area. Thank you. Thank you for liking and sharing their Sojourn. So if you haven't already, please like and share this stream. I'm going to keep doing them until you guys stop liking them. So let's see. Okay, Coinbase. Cool. Let's look at coin here for Mark. All right, ready? So Coinbase, I was wrong on. I'll be the first one to admit it. Here's Coinbase monthly time frame. Okay, got into this bullish fair value gap. Good, great. So far, so good. Yesterday, big day. Okay, here's your weekly. And here's where it went wrong for me. So this is where we're currently at. Now, I guess technically I'm not officially wrong yet, right? And this one just annoyed me a little bit because I am bullish on Bitcoin, and Coinbase almost looks identical to Coinbase Coinbase's chart. I like the miners. The one thing that, threw me for a loop here was that we got this imbalance right here. So I was anticipating off of this imbalance to get that turtle soup move for a run to highs. And, so far we've gapped up through previous imbalance and we're working above. I don't have this marked. I should. That's a bearish volume imbalance, but any sort of close above this level, and I think bears are in some trouble. We got relative equal highs up here at 263.80. That is a pool of liquidity, or double the pool of liquidity, I should say. And if you buy into the idea that the market tends to gravitate towards pools of liquidity, that would be one. And ultimately, my model completes at 281.99. So that would be Coinbase. Really nice. Let's see what on the smaller time frames. I'm telling you right now, it's probably extremely extended into oblivion. Yep. Okay. Here's another thing about Coinbase, and this is also what fed to my poor, thesis. But relative equal lows here too. That's sketchy to me, right? So it is what it is. But right now, inside your current daily range, you have your low to your high, discount, retracement, bullish imbalance. So far, so good. And that would be Coinbase there. But even for smaller time frame, hold on, whoops. It's not, we ran how many points yesterday? So right now, my current range on Coinbase would look something like this. We took out these highs here with what price run from that low. There was no discount retracement here. Therefore, the range was not set. And that's what we got right now. You do have an imbalance at 50% of the range right there. Okay. So again, anything above that 50% is pretty irrelevant to me. So it really would look something like this if it was from my brain, but I just want to map the imbalance properly for anybody who's watching. So here is another volume imbalance there. So yeah, this gave itself some protection down below from that move yesterday for sure. So that would be Coinbase. Also not something I'm all that interested in due to the fact that we ran so much yesterday. Okay, Amazon, let's go. All right, so Amazon, this is one that everybody wants to talk about as a breakout candidate and everything like that. And, obviously I don't try to play breakouts, but good move overnight so far. Here is your weekly. Okay, so we got our retracement into a weekly bullish imbalance. Okay, you'll see I have my alert set there at 190.35. Again, I'm very, very precise and very greedy with where I place that, right? That's like the lowest risk, highest possible reward situation. I'll show you where I got it from, but we got into the weekly imbalance. So far, we've left it on this weekly candle. So here, let's come on over here to the daily. Okay, very similarly, here's your low to your high. Here's your discount retracement, and yeah, 201. Right, you have one untouched bearish imbalance right there on the daily time frame. Okay, I have my alert set right here. Why? If we go to an even smaller time frame, this is where I got it from. Okay, where are we? Boom. Okay, so just deeper into discount. Okay, and the fact that we have yet to get into discount of that bearish run that took out these lows here. Could there be a potential for a sweep and fall back down here into 190.35 right into my hands? I would love that. That would be great for me. So right now, just knowing that I have this imbalance overhead, I'm not all that thrilled for the long. But that doesn't mean you can't scalp it for points here and there with relative equal highs above up to that 196.47. So that is Amazon. Okay, let's look at AMD. AMD, sure. Let's go over here. AMD on the higher time frame still looks great. The smaller time frames actually look a little bit cluttered, so I'll show you. But let's just confirm. High here, 187.28, 187.24. So we swept this high right here. So we swept liquidity, meaning our most recent price run would look something like that. Okay, low to high. Your discount of that most recent price run is at 170.46. Okay, relative equal lows here are really, really shady. Right, double the pool of liquidity for anybody who is just joining for the first time, or something like that. But what had to happen here? Somebody had to go long. What had to happen here? Somebody had to have gone long without taking out those previous orders. Therefore, you have all the liquidity resting below here, and you have the liquidity resting below here. Okay, the market needs liquidity in order to move. I have this imbalance labeled as showtime. That is where I don't want to say a make or break, but that imbalance in itself will give you a lot of insight. A break above, and I think 227 is a clear shot. A rejection from this point, I think we need to go get more liquidity down there. So that is on the weekly time frame here. Bring it down. Oh, whoops. Onto the daily time frame as well. No imbalance, so there has been nothing to suggest price is going down to 50% just yet on a daily perspective. Okay, and we still have another. This is a bullish volume imbalance here. Okay, and here's a little bullish fair value gap as well. So there's a lot of beef down here. Again, those relative equal lows are just a little sketchy for me. Does not necessarily mean that it cannot go higher from this point, but as for me, discount or nothing. So there's also nothing suggesting higher at this point. It's kind of just in no man's land at the moment. So but that's AMD. Let's see. And just to be fair, that's a lot of the market right now. A lot of the market is in no man's land. Sure. SMCI. Holding calls. Okay. All right. So let's look at SMCI. Yeah. Listen, what I just said about AMD is going to be similar. Okay. So first and foremost, me personally, I would like it to go to 864. Sorry about the calls, but this is what's kind of leading to that. Remember, the first thing that we talked about was that divergence between ES and NASDAQ. I think a big cause for that is the fact that semis don't look fantastic at the moment, right? But here's what you're currently working with. Ultimately, this is the move that I wanted to get, but weekly imbalance is at 864. That would bring you to turtle soup this low one last time. Could it happen? Possibly. That's what I would favor as someone who's not in the trade currently. But let's see on the hourly if anything is different. A whole lot of mess here. Let me clean that up. Okay, so your overarching trend right now here, from your high down to your low, there's no retracement to 50%. No retracement to 50%. Yeah, so this is actually on a smaller time frame, a bearish price run still. Let's see if there are any bearish imbalances here. There is a bearish imbalance coming up on the hourly time frame that gets you up to 921. Now we've already tagged that imbalance right here. Here, let me zoom in even more. Okay, tagged it and rejected it. Yeah, so for me, that's the area to hold this bullish imbalance right here. Okay, and honestly, below the low of that candle, this can, fade down towards that 866, which, for someone like me, I would feel much better being bullish down there than where we currently sit. So, but that's SMCI. Let's come on over here. All right, let's go DJT. Sure. DJT did not move at all during the day yesterday. After jumping like $10. Okay, similar to yesterday, relative equal lows on the weekly and monthly. That doesn't really entice me much. Just doesn't make me feel comfortable in any long that I'm going to take. Okay, so here's your little shift in structure. Okay, yet to retrace into discount at this point, and you do have a discount daily imbalance that's at 30, starts at 34.20, discount is 33.85. So for me, that would be the area I'd want it. And similarly here, that'll get you into this volume imbalance right here. So that is DJT. Last one, and then I gotta go. Okay, MBLY. Sure. Okay, so MBLY. Okay, weekly. All right, still inside this weekly imbalance. There's a lot of relative equal lows here, so that's a little sketch. Let's see. MBLY. Okay, structurally on the daily, similarly, it's kind of the same. I think all of these equal lows are just way too tempting. So I think, thankfully I don't have a what to my head to make this decision, but yeah, I don't really like this one right now, and we're still rejecting that bearish fair value gap right there. So above that can change things. But yeah, this is, there's some setups that are just A plus, and there are some that are just not. And I don't really like this one. There's a lot of relative equal lows down there. So, all right, I got to go to live trading in the group. Now let me just stop sharing this. Okay, and come on over here. So good luck to everybody today. If you want to come on over and live trade, the link for it is in my bio. If you want a trial, just shoot me a message, because I can't post it publicly anymore, because all I get is Discord scammers, bots, and I'm not dealing with that in the group. So, again, just take that for what you will. But yeah, we do this all day, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. So, all right, I will catch everybody tomorrow, same time, same place.